Are you feeling unhappy in your career right now, but because of how you're feeling, maybe stressed, overwhelmed, exhausted, really just not having any energy or motivation, is that keeping you stuck where you are? Hi there, my name is Andrea Horvath. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm a career purpose coach, and I help high-achieving women transition to a career that they absolutely love, one that feels in alignment with who they are at their core. In today's video, I want to discuss how do you get unstuck? How do you get actually moving forward when you feel maybe like your confidence is also lacking, like you're just uninspired? How do you actually get moving forward? Because the truth of the matter is, unless you actually take steps to change your circumstances, well, they're not going to change in a positive way for you and how you really want them to do. And this is really about creating what it is that you want for your life. So if this is you and you are feeling uninspired, unmotivated, maybe burned out even, I want you to ask yourself a question. And the question is, how do you want to feel in your career? How do you want to experience it? How do you want to feel on a Monday morning? How do you want to feel on a Friday morning? How do you want to feel on a Sunday night? Do you want to feel excited? Do you want to feel energized? Do you want to feel engaged, connected? Do you want to feel in harmony? Do you want to feel joyful? What can happen is when we are stuck, we're often in a loop and a repeating program of focusing on our current circumstances and what's not working for us. So if you can start to shift yourself and ask yourself these questions, how do I actually want to feel? That can help, honestly, elevate your mood. And when your mood is elevated, you are going to be more likely to start to take proactive steps. What can happen though, if you start asking yourself, how do I want to feel? What often people will do is they'll say, well, I don't want to feel stressed. I don't want to feel overwhelmed. I don't want to feel all these things. Knowing what you don't want is amazing, but it's only the first step. You also want to look at, well, what is the opposite? So if you don't want to feel stressed, what does not stressed look like? Does it look like ease? Does it look like harmony? Does it look like balance? And you might think, oh, they're all kind of words that are the same thing, but there's nuances to every single word, and different words and different feelings are going to resonate with each and every person. So it's really important to go into the details of how you really want to feel. You can even visualize it, like see yourself jumping out of bed on a Monday morning, excited. What we do as humans is we often go to the how do I do this? What do I want? And like, how do I get there? And all these kinds of questions, we go right into our linear brain. That's one of our first and automatic responses. The problem is if you start looking for a new career when you feel overwhelmed, exhausted, your confidence is down, you've kind of forgotten who you really are and the amazing person that you are, the results that you create from that place will not be what you want. You may be successful in actually making a career transition, but it won't make you feel different. And it's really the feeling difference that we're going for. Anytime you want to change in our life, it's because we want to feel different. So the first step has to be and must be to change your state, to change how you're feeling. When you start to explore career opportunities from a place where you are fully anchored and connected to what you want, who you are, and just in a state of really being empowered, that's when you align yourself to a career that is really going to feel good for you. So that's why I say this is the first step. If you're feeling just stuck, you can't even reach out to somebody to get help, or you're just really just in that loop, ask yourself those questions, like, how do I actually want to experience my career? And then you can go one step further and say, why? Why do I want this? There's so many reasons why we want to feel differently. Maybe it's at the end of the day, you want to be more energized to give to your personal relationships. Maybe your health has been struggling. Maybe your stress level is really too high. Maybe you just want to enjoy your life more, which is certainly a valid reason. Maybe you want to change your finances. There's likely multiple reasons about why you want to feel different in your day and why you want to make a change. Really anchor into that. That will actually help propel you to take positive action steps. It's not necessarily, when I say action steps, I don't mean necessarily go out and find the career, but take the next step in figuring it out. Because our brain, again, we go right to, well, I'm going to start looking for jobs. I'm going to start talking to people what careers I might be able to figure out. That's not always the first step. Sometimes the first step is figuring out a process, figuring out how to actually get there. That can be the first step. To create a career and a professional life that you love, it is a process. You can't just jump from one to the next. There is a process that needs to be followed. For most of us, we picked our careers when we were a teenager, and we've just kind of been bumbling along and allowing it to evolve. Often we pick careers that are in alignment with what our family valued, right? Society told us we were supposed to do what we felt like our options were at the time. We never really connected to ourselves and said, well, what do we really want? So switching to a career that is in alignment with you, that feels really good, is a bit more of a process involved. Having said that, it's a much more enjoyable process. And when you do make that shift, it's a completely different experience. So I'm going to leave this video here. I want to mention that I have created a free guide on how to create a professional life that you love. I'm going to put the link to that guide below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate it so much. And I will talk to you soon.